to say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live in studio one more day. We're here again at the Tom Dillon Sports Show studio, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. They are open, but we're going to play it safe and stay here one more day. Then we're going to be back out and about tomorrow, Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. So the roads are, depending on who you ask, some say it's okay. Some say it's still a little iffy in spots. In fact, a lot of iffy in a lot of spots, really, is what I'm hearing. So we're going to err on the side of caution, and we like doing it here anyway, to be honest with you. So, but we are here thanks to Chick-fil-A and Elizabeth, and they are open the lobby till 9 o'clock and the drive-through till 10 o'clock. So they're doing regular hours now. They opened later, I should say, than normal, but they're going to stay the regular hours, 9 o'clock for the lobby and 10 o'clock for the drive-through. So it's open. Roads are slowly getting cleared back. We got rain coming, may change to a wintry mix tomorrow night into snow. So here we go again, huh? Nothing like we've had, but there is a chance for snow tomorrow night. They're telling us rain changing to snow. So, and then we've got, I think, another chance for a little brief blip on Friday, and maybe another chance of snow coming in here on Sunday. So, but these are little ones, nothing like we just came out of, so or coming out of. So, good morning to you. Thanks for being with us. Show number 2439. We are here from the Tom Dillon Sports Show studio. Lots going on. Super Bowl Sunday. Got more news about the Super Bowl. Got kind of sit down to Cypress, kind of picked what I thought was going to happen. Got the new top 25 college basketball poll out. Got some NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame news. We got another breaking story in college athletics. I told you what's going to happen, and it's happening. So we'll get to that. In fact, we'll lead that off with that story. Birthdays today: Blythe Danner having a birthday. She's 83, and Morgan Fairchild having a birthday. She is 76. And those are the birthdays of note here on this Tuesday, February the 3rd. Our basketball game tonight has been canceled, rescheduled at a future date to be determined, so no hoops tonight. So our next round of basketball, we hope, will be Friday night at Viking Hall in Bristol. We'll go to battle the Tennessee High Vikings. Then on Saturday, we have a doubleheader. The Milligan Buffaloes and their rival, the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs out of Athens. That's our next two. The makeup games now for Crockett and Boone to be determined. We've got to make them up in the league. They're in the conference, so that's to be determined. That's above my pay grade. Somebody else will let me know when that's going to be. But there are no games tonight for the Cyclones and the Boone Trailblazers in gray. So let's get it cranked up. We got lots to talk about. We're going to lead it off with Joey Aguilar. Told you what was going to happen. And so I don't get a lot of things right, but I'm getting this right on this college thing. I'm telling you, we just think it's a wild, wild west up to this point. It is going to be, it is the wild, wild west. It's bananas. So Kingdom Heirs, Dollywood, national anthem to get it started on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's an exciting Elizabethton Cyclone basketball doubleheader. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join me this Friday night from Viking Hall in Bristol as the Cyclones travel to battle the Tennessee High Vikings. Lady Cyclones at 6:15, boys to follow, audio only. the Cyclones at Tennessee High. It all starts at 6:15 this Friday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Cyclone basketball. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us. We are here in studio on this Tuesday. It's warming up. But it's, again, we got some rain and some winter weather. Looks like coming back in tomorrow night, a chance anyway. So I don't think it's going to be anything like it was. We do have for you, before we get started, the halftime guest for the Turning Point USA Alternative Halftime Show coming up on YouTube to oppose the Super Bowl. Give you another option if that's what you want to go and do. Some will watch Bad Bunny. That's okay if you want to. The Turning Point lineup is Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Brice. So there you go. That's what's coming up on YouTube at halftime during the Super Bowl when they're doing their thing with Bad Bunny and the other folks. They're going to be doing Turning Point on YouTube. You just type in Turning Point USA. It'll pop up. Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Brice will be your entertainment for that particular show coming up at halftime of the Super Bowl, the alternative show, as we said, for the regular Super Bowl gang, which would be Bad Bunny. So there you go. All right, let's get it cranked up. Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar, in search of an additional year of eligibility since the conclusion of the season, has filed a lawsuit against the NCAA in Knox County Chancery Court. In his complaint, Aguilar seeks a temporary restraining order. Here we go. Bediako, remember him? Alabama guy, temporary, they call it a TRO, a temporary restraining order. So that's what they're wanting for you to do, and so that's what he's going to do, rather. And so temporary restraining order against the NCAA with the goal of obtaining an injunction that will allow him to play for the Vols in 2026. He has come out and said, if I get this, I'm back with Tennessee, which changes everything for the Tennessee Volunteers in a good way, in my humble opinion. So we'll see if, in fact, that happens. If the court rules in his favor, it would pave the way for him to join the Tennessee roster while awaiting a final ruling on the injunction. Now, there's no time frame on this. He's the latest athlete to sue the NCAA over its eligibility rules, and like the other cases, the Tennessee quarterback's complaint alleges that those rules deprive him of the opportunity to earn NIL compensation, the right to make a living. I don't see how he's going to lose. I don't see how these guys are going to lose. I've said this time and time again. Aguilar played 2 seasons of junior college football, which he argues should not count against his eligibility clock. Don't know about that. But I do think he'll win the case. I don't think any of these guys are going to lose because they got attorneys to back it up. And so the downside is if he doesn't win this injunction or this sue, if he doesn't get what he wants, the person he says he's going to sue him. So if he doesn't get what he wants, you get into a lawsuit, then it gets dragged to the courts. It could take a long time. And so Tennessee doesn't want that. They need him on the field ready to go for the 2026 season. So Aguilar, again, would be his second of the Vols and the 4th at the FBS level. He redshirted in 19 at the City College of San Francisco. Didn't play in 2020 because of COVID. Started 5 games at Diablo Valley College in 2021. Started 6 games the following year before making the debut at Appalachian State in 2023. So Aguilar will be 25 at the end of this year's campaign. So I don't have a problem with the age. So a lot of folks, well, they're too old to play. Well, you look at, I just read his timeline. There's no date set for Aguilar's hearing, but he seeks a speedy decision as he charts his path forward. The complaint states the need for a timely ruling in order to allow him to either return for spring practices or get ready for the NFL draft. I'm okay with that. I understand that. Either play me or trade me. And it shouldn't be that hard to make the decision. And I don't think it will be. I think he's going to win. Aguilar was the SEC leader last season in passing yards per game and totaled 3,565 on the year. Placed him in 3rd place in Tennessee's single-season history. Hey, this guy got it done. We know that, obviously. So they had a not-so-good record at 8-5, but he passed for 24 touchdowns and ran for 4 more. So some said he didn't get it done. Well, his predecessor didn't get it done, Nico, for sure. This guy got it done. He comes in from App State and leads better than Gunnar Stockton, better than Trinidad Chambliss, better than blank, 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 right on down the line. All the other quarterbacks, the Ty at Alabama, all these other quarterbacks Aguilar was the best quarterback in the SEC. 3,565 yards, third best in Tennessee history for a single season yards. Ain't too shabby, folks. So you're thinking that Heupel didn't want him back? Well, sure he wants him back. The Tennessee fan base wants him back. It changes everything if he comes back. Because right now, your quarterbacks are George McIntyre, the true freshman Faison Brandon, or Ryan Staub, who transferred from Colorado, that you're not hearing a whole lot about. And so I don't know how good this guy is, but he transferred, left Dion to come to Knoxville. So you have George McIntyre, Faison Brandon, and Ryan Staub as your quarterback core right now. So if Joey Aguilar comes back, it's an instant shot in the arm of this football team, which they need, I think. So 8-5 ain't going to cut it in Knoxville. So anyway, Aguilar was initially a plaintiff in the Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia's lawsuit against the NCAA, which challenges in federal court the legality of counting junior college seasons towards athletes' 5-year eligibility clocks. He was granted voluntary dismissal from the suit, no longer tied to that decision. Now, here's the paragraph that tells it all right here. If the federal court rules against Pavia and the other plaintiffs, Aguilar could still obtain his eligibility through his own lawsuit in state court. If it grants the injunction, further actions could bring additional eligibility to any former junior college players yet to play 4 years of Division I athletics. So anybody that's played a couple of years, well, I'll read it again. Further actions could bring additional eligibility, more years of playing, to any former junior college player who's yet to play 4 years of Division I athletics. So there's a lot riding on this with Joey Aguilar and Diego Pavia for that matter, but really a lot for Aguilar. So bottom line is, we said here yesterday and told you, Bediako just getting started. Trinidad Chambliss just getting started. Now they got this other guy, Amari Bailey. Point to the stories over here. Amari Bailey, who wants to come back after playing 10 games in the NBA, and is going to sue the NCAA. I don't know how many lawyers. I'm sure they got a whole bevy of lawyers for the NCAA, but I don't know how much money they got to battle these guys. I mean, you got Chambliss, Aguilar, Bediakos could come back out again for another hearing, or the hearing. They've postponed it several times. And now you've got, we mentioned Aguilar and Chambliss and Bediako and Amari Bailey. So you got 4 guys out there getting ready getting ready to sue the NCAA. That's a lot of money they got to put out to defend themselves, they being the NCAA. Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2439, here in studio on a Tuesday. We've got Super Bowl talk about. Did you see what happened to the earthquake? Interesting. I just think that's interesting. It's like the good Lord showing, saying, all the hooplas about them. Let me time out. Let me show you who's still running the show. And he is. And our verse today will tell us about that in a second. The start of Super Bowl week came with a 4.2 magnitude earthquake just south of San Ramon, California. Strong enough that it's felt throughout the Bay Area from Oakland to San Francisco all the way to Santa Clara, where the Super Bowl is going to be on Sunday. So there's always a chance you get hit by an earthquake when you put it out there in the Bay Area, and that's exactly what happened. A 4.2 on the Richter scale earthquake. So part of a string of earthquakes that hit during roughly a 30-minute span on Monday. First one was a 3.8. 2 minutes later, the same area was hit by a 3.3. Then it was followed by a swarm of 20 smaller earthquakes, according to the United States Geological Service. So the quakes are big enough that the Bay Area's train system, known as BART, had to start running its trains at reduced speed so the BART folks can get out and check inspections of the tracks. That's how much rocked it out there in the Bay Area. So there you go, a 4.2 magnitude earthquake and a collection of 30 of them. So Bay Area was hit by a 6.0 earthquake back in 2014, just before the 49ers were getting set to host a preseason game in San Francisco. So it's interesting. I just think it's like, okay, let me show who's really running the show. So there you go. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We will take a break. Let's give you the verse today. We'll take a break. Take a look at college basketball. New polls are out. Tennessee's back in the top 25 at 25. Again, the Turning Point halftime shows, we told you, Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Bryce will be your halftime on YouTube to be an alternate to what you would want to watch or not want to watch, as the case would be, your personal preference for the Super Bowl halftime. All right. Here we go. Let's give you the verse of the day. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man hung on the cross, and certainly today, no different. Whatever you're going through or dealing with, the Lord wants you to bring it to Him and tell Him. It's about as simple as you can make it. 1 Peter 5:7 says, casting all your care upon Him, for He cares for you. He wants us to tell Him what's going on. All our worries, all of our anxieties, all of our concerns, He's with us, operating in us and our situations in a way far beyond our ability to understand. And the promise of His sovereign care, regardless of our circumstances, is all we really need to make it through whatever we're facing. Just know He's there. He's operating on our behalf. May not be the way we want it, may not come with the outcome we wanted, but He is operating on our behalf. He says, bring it to Him, tell Him, and then leave it with Him so He can fix it, what He already knows you're dealing with, because He's all-knowing, He's omniscient. Then He has unlimited power to do anything because He's omnipotent. He's God. He can do whatever He wants to. So let go and let God. Thank you, Lord, that you care that much about us. Oh, what a verse. Verse of the day on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Back after this, we will take a look at top 25 college basketball. Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's t-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
It's an exciting Milligan University basketball doubleheader. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting to join me this Saturday from Steve Lacy Fieldhouse as the Buffaloes entertain their rival, the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, out of Athens, Tennessee. Airtime at 1:45 with the Lady Buffs, men to follow, audio and video. Milligan University basketball hosting Tennessee Wesleyan. It all starts at 1:45 this Saturday here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Milligan University basketball. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hello, Brenda Kay. How you doing, lady? Thank you for watching the show. Who else we got out there today? Axel's watching from Elizabeth and Chick-fil-A. Yep, roads a little iffy over here, so I thought, I'm going to park it one more day. We're going to dig it out and be ready to go tomorrow. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. Andrew Smith will be with us, sports writer, Johnson City Press. Greg Salyer, Mr. Baseball, will be with us. Spring training starts next week. I love it. Means it's here, folks. Springtime is right around the corner. We got to think spring, think positive. Spring training starting next week. A lot of them, in fact, all of them, all the major league teams will be getting pitchers and catchers reporting. So Mr. Baseball will join us tomorrow. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street. Thursday, Port Travis Deli. Then Friday, we'll be at Food City and Gray kicking off the weekend. Super Bowl weekend. All right, top 25. First poll of February's out. Came out after the show yesterday. 9 teams ranked in last week's poll suffered at least one loss, including Nebraska, who was previously unbeaten. Only 2 teams still standing. That would be number 1 team Arizona and Miami of Ohio are still the only 2 unbeaten teams in college basketball. Arizona, the unanimous number 1 ranked team, and Miami of Ohio, as we said, the only 2 still undefeated. So let's see. Let's look at the top 25. Goes like this. Arizona, obviously, all the votes. Michigan at number 2. UConn at number 3. Duke at number 4. Illinois this week ranked 5th. Gonzaga 6th. Iowa State 7th. The Houston Cougars are 8th. 9th is Nebraska. And 10th is Michigan State. At 11 in Kansas is Kansas. At 12, Purdue. 13th is Texas Tech. 14th is North Carolina. 15th is Vanderbilt this week. At number 16 is BYU, Florida 17th, Virginia 18th, St. Louis 19th, and the Clemson Tigers round out the top 20. Then comes Arkansas, St. John's, Miami of Ohio, Louisville, and the Tennessee Volunteers in at number 25 this week. They play tonight at the Food City Center, 7 o'clock tip-off. The Volunteers hosting Ole Miss. Again, a 7 o'clock tip-off in Knoxville. Other games tonight, 23rd ranked Miami of Ohio plays at Buffalo. Number 3, UConn, hosting Xavier. Number 4, Duke, home to Boston College tonight. 22nd ranked St. John's will be at DePaul. 18th ranked Virginia hosting Pittsburgh. And 19th ranked St. Louis will be at Davidson. So there you go. That's the look at college basketball. Tennessee at number 25. So how many SEC teams are in there this time around? Let's see what we got here. We've got, okay, nobody there. Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee. Wow. So the SEC, only 3 representatives this time around for the top 25 college basketball. So, again, Arizona number 1, Michigan number 2, UConn number 3, Duke number 4, and the Fighting Illini of Illinois at number 5. So the Big Ten's well represented in the entire top 25 with Michigan and Illinois being right there. So in the top 5. Arizona, Michigan, UConn, Duke, and Illinois, your top 5 right now in college basketball. We're in studio, obviously, the Tom Dillon Sports Show. They do have the floats. Go get me a root beer float. Oh, can't wait to give you one of those swirled floats. You can get any soft drink that they serve, which would be Diet Coke, Coke Zero, root beer, High C. I guess you can get lemonade. I don't know if anybody ever gets a lemonade float or not, a swirl. I guess you could. Root beer for sure. Dr. Pepper for sure. They've been selling a lot of Dr. Pepper floats and swirl floats. Now, the regular float is just ice cream in the float, but the swirl, they take the ice cream and the your drink of choice and mix it in there. So it'll be a root beer swirl, a Dr. Pepper swirl. So that's a pretty cool thing. And so that's what's going on. That's on the menu now. That's not just we're going to keep it for a limited time and see what happens. It's a regular menu item now. So the RUB. All right, let's see. NFL Hall of Fame, Robert Kraft joining his former coach Bill Belichick and not being put in to the NFL Hall of Fame. So they are, interestingly enough, Kraft joined on the ballot by Bill Belichick, Roger Craig, Ken Anderson, L.C. Greenwood. This is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of the 50. So Pro Football Hall of Fame's 50 voters picked 3 of 5 finalists. So Belichick didn't get it, and now Robert Kraft is not in. On the senior finalists conducted separately from the modern era. So these are the seniors, and he didn't get in. And so in there with him, they were voting on was Roger Craig, Ken Anderson, L.C. Greenwood, Belichick, and Robert Kraft. So I would assume Roger Craig, Ken Anderson, L.C. Greenwood are in. That's on the senior finalists. Now the modern finalists, we know. Hello, Connie Helms. How you doing, lady? The senior finalists would be Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, and Jason Witten are all going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in their first year of eligibility. So big news, of course, for Jason. We knew that a couple of weeks back, but 82, as we call him, from Elizabethton's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility, which is pretty impressive. So, but Robert Kraft is not. Now, he'll get in there at some point, but he's not getting in this year. So there you go. NFL officially going to go overseas again. A lot of games. NFL officially headed to France now. For the first time ever, the National Football League will play a game, a regular season game that counts, in Paris. You're right. Vandy's in there too. Did I leave Vandy out? I did. Junior's on me. He's right there like a duck on a June bug. So he got me. It's good. Keep me on my toes. So Vandy is the other team for the SEC. I don't know how I left them out, but I did. Tennessee. It's down there on the floor. Where is it here? See, Junior's got me second guessing myself. No basketball tonight, by the way. The Boone game has been postponed, and the remake has not been decided yet, nor the remake of the Crockett game. But we're going to be busy. We've enjoyed our time off sitting here at the homestead during all this snow and ice, but when we get back at it, we're going to be busy, 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 busy. That's okay. All right, so, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, 4 teams. Thank you, Junior, for keeping me in line. Anyway, we're heading to France, National Football League. I guess these are working. I suppose you would think they are. Announcing on Monday that the New Orleans Saints will serve as a home team for the game, which will be played at Stadium in France that seats more than 80,000 fans. Roger Goodell excited about bringing a regular season game to a country that's never hosted an NFL football game. So the Saints have had the NFL marketing rights in France since 2023, the only team with the rights in that region. So I guess that means only time you can buy roads still snow covered on Dave Buck. Yep, I hear that a lot. A lot of the back roads, and so we've erred on the side of caution, and we're going to stay here, and we are staying here, obviously. But tomorrow, back out on the road, we will be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. So I guess, based on this, they have the NFL marketing rights. The only team's been able to do that. So if you go to France, I guess the only NFL team you can buy something over there are the New Orleans Saints, based on this article. New Orleans' first trip to Europe since the 2022 season. So they didn't announce who the Saints will be playing, but one French media reported that they'll be playing the Browns. Well, that's coming from France, not coming to the NFL, but maybe something's got out that wasn't supposed to get out. So Paris is one of 6 cities so far to be hosting at least one international game. So you've had them in Melbourne, Australia. You've had them, they will be in Melbourne. They'll be in London 3 times. They're going to be in Munich, Germany, Rio de Janeiro, Madrid, Paris, and Mexico City. Paris, Melbourne, Australia, and Rio de Janeiro are all hosting an NFL game for the first time. I would assume, purely an assumption on my part, but I would assume they have checked out security in these countries, in particular Brazil, which is sometimes can be a little iffy as far as the government and the stability. I think you're okay in London. I think you're okay in Australia. And I guess you're okay in all these. I wouldn't be sending them. But I'm not sure I'd be real excited about going to these countries. But it's an ambassador trip, bringing the NFL in there for the first time. Shouldn't be any problem. The game in Australia will feature the Rams as a home team. We know that. The Seahawks have offered to be the visiting team in that game, but the NFL has not announced yet who the opponent will be. They tell me, I've never been, obviously, but when you travel to Australia, it's a really cool place to go. Down under, as they call it. So NFL will be holding a total of 9 international games in 2026, will be the most in NFL history. So they're trying to obviously expand the thumbprint, or the footprint, I guess, this case, the footprint of the National Football League. They've never held more than 7 in any year. Now they got 9 coming up this year. Mexico City, Paris, Madrid, Rio de Janeiro, Munich, 3 games in London, and Melbourne, Australia. It's interesting. So, and if you've read, see, I saw it's like a little mini documentary of what it took to get these teams to load them up, all the equipment. I mean, it's a huge undertaking to take an entire football team and put it on a plane or planes and fly it across the blue, big blue, if you will, to a foreign country, set everything back up, play the game, pack everything back up, load it back up, and fly back home. So the grunts, if you will, the roadies in behind the scene are the ones who really are asked to do a lot, and they do, obviously. But so anyway, they're going for the first time, the most ever, 9 games this year coming up in the National Football League that are going to be outside the United States of America. All right, we'll take a look at the Super Bowl, see what's coming up with it. Again, it's this Sunday night. Bad Bunny's your halftime. We keep talking about that. Just want to let you know again, there is a an alternative for you to watch, and it will be on the Turning Point USA on YouTube. It will be Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Brice. So if you're not interested in watching Bad Bunny, I'm thinking now they've talked him up so much, there'll be folks watching just to see what he's all about. I won't, but there'll be folks that will. So, and I saw an interview last night by Jelly Roll. He was one of the award shows. By the way, I saw when he won the award. I can't remember which award show it was. It was over the weekend, but he was very adamant about giving the Lord the glory because he was down for the count for a while. He'd made some poor decisions, and so Lord got a hold of him, changed his life. So he was giving him a tribute to him transforming his life. And in the same, then they interviewed him about the halftime show. He said, "Well, we're hearing that Nashville may get a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl, yeah. Nashville may be awarded a Super Bowl in the next several years." He said, "I would like to see. Wow, this is a novel idea. I'd like to see a country music halftime show." And he rattled off Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, Reba McEntire, Dolly. Why would you not have Dolly Parton on there? Yeah, I never even thought of her, but that would be an obvious choice at any Super Bowl. I mean, what she's done cuts across everything. She's got a theme park. She has the Imagination Library, where she's letting kids read books. Well, she does help people feed, too. She gives a lot of stuff behind the scenes in that regard, too. But to me, it would be an obvious. Never even thought of her. And she's hitting 80. She's not a spring chicken, so we want her to be around as long as she can be around, but none of us are guaranteed that. But why would you not strongly consider, obviously not this year, it's already been said, but next year, consider Dolly Parton or Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Reba McEntire, any of those. There's probably more that are not coming to mind, but anyway, Jelly Roll said he had heard that the buzz was there may be a chance that Nashville gets a Super Bowl game. So I've always said, and everybody thinks I'm crazy, but at Bristol Motor Speedway, have the biggest Super Bowl ever. Why would you not? I mean, there it is. You put the turf down and have a Super Bowl game, then you tear it back up and get ready for the spring race season. Perfect venue. It's outdoors. It's cold weather. Oh, well. They had the playoff games in cold weather, and everybody survived them. So I've always thought, right up there is here in my studio, the largest college football attendance, 156,900. 156,990 to be exact. Got up here on the wall a poster because I was honored to be a part of that. From an announcing standpoint, that was really cool. You know, it's coming up on 10 years. It's hard to believe. God, seemed like the other day. I thought, well, maybe it feels like a couple of years ago, but not 10. Anyway, if they're looking for a Super Bowl site, why not break the attendance record of the all-time biggest Super Bowl and bring it to Bristol Motor Speedway? I mean, tear it up. Let's go. Let's roll with it. But anyway, they are going, the NFL, as we said, going overseas 9 times in 2026. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at the Super Bowl. What do I think? I don't know much. I'm going to give you my opinions on it. But it's what I like is it's a bunch of no-names. I mean, you got Sam Darnold for the Seahawks, and you got Drake May for the Patriots. Okay, those to me are the marquee names. Beyond that, I mean, normally the teams are sprinkled with stars, and these teams have their stars. There's no question they wouldn't be where they are. But the big, flashy name, they're not out there. Now, that's not putting down any of them, including Sam Darnold or Drake May, but you know what I'm saying. There's no, boom, big name that's going to make a splash, a Manning or a Brady or pick somebody. So it's not any of those. So, in fact, there's more talk about their coaches, really. They're getting a lot of buzz about the coaches coming into the game. But anyway, we'll take a break, and we'll see what's going on with the Super Bowl. It's coming up on Sunday, as you well know. Quick break from Carter County Bank. You're watching show number 2439 in studio, the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
I walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if I help somebody.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
Hi, my name is Brian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is you can taste the different types of cheeses and the blends that they use, and everything just comes together. It's like a delicate dance. They're like perfection in every bite.
And back with the Tom Baylor Sports Show in studio, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabeth, and they are open. The drive-thru is open, the lobby's open, and so we'll be back out on the trail with him on Monday. We're looking forward to get back over there, and so tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street, right down from Best Buy. Thursday we'll be at Port Travis Deli, and Friday we'll be kicking off the weekend at Food City in Gray on a Food City Friday. So we're very much excited about being back out on the road. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll be joined tomorrow by Andrew Smith, sports writer of the Johnson City Press, and Mr. Baseball, Greg Salyer, among others. Got some other guests that we're waiting to hear back from. So, you know, you may be out and about buzzing around, but there are people that are still, you know, on back roads where they live that are still ice covered. I mean, when you get excited because it's 30 degrees, that ought to tell you something, tell you how cold it's been. Again, 2 mornings ago, it was -2 here on my porch. So let's see what it is right now as we work our way through this show. It is currently 33 degrees. We're up above freezing for the first time in a couple of days, and so it's like heat stroke. And, you know, I get that when you're down to 0 and 2 below and all that. Of course, 33 is heat stroke, but still, it's not melting things off as of yet. Now, this afternoon will be a pretty good going up above freezing, and the sun's out in different locations. Cloudy in some places and sun's out in others, but that'll speed things up. But then you turn around and get a lot of rain tonight, and so, which is what they're calling for. So if the temperature drops back down, hope it doesn't, then you get a brand new mess. It's called ice and slush and freezing rain and all that going on tonight, possibly. All right, so right now we'll take it as it is. It's 33 degrees outside the studio, and the meltdown begins, which is good. So it's going to be in the 40s. They're talking 50s next week. So just be patient. It's coming. The warm-up's coming. The meltdown, it'll be melted away. It'll be nothing but a memory coming up this time next week. All right, Mike Macdonald, the coach of the Seattle Seahawks, hired by them in 2024, now gets to face the second youngest starting quarterback in the history of the Super Bowl, which is Drake May. In his 2 seasons on the job, Macdonald has played 6 games against first or second-year quarterbacks. He's gone 6-0. Those wins have come against good quarterbacks like Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams. 6 quarterbacks have averaged only 169 yards passing while throwing 9 interceptions compared to just 2 touchdowns. What's that translation? The Seattle defense is rock solid. And those quarterbacks have been sacked 23 times. So Seattle's defense is lights out. Defense is going to win you championships. I'm picking Seattle to win it, by the way. Patriots can't afford to play from behind. I would totally agree with that. If you're playing the Seahawks, there's a 99% chance that you will be playing from behind. The Seahawks, listen to this, have held a double-digit lead in 11 out of the last 14 games. 2 of those games where they didn't came against the Rams, their interdivision rival. If you take those out, it's 11 out of 12 games they've had a double-digit lead. They put up the points, and they don't let the other team get points. Drake May, on the other side of the ledger from the Patriots, has had 11 games in his career when he's thrown 33 passes or more. The Patriots have gone 3-8 in those games. May's only had 2 games in his career where he's thrown multiple interceptions, and both of those games came in one of the games where he was forced to throw the ball at least 33 times. Translation: when May's been forced to throw the ball a lot, Patriots don't do well. So the Seahawks get him into a come from behind, one-dimensional guy to throw the ball kind of game. Patriots are in trouble, in my opinion. Which May's going to show up, you ask? That's the other one. The regular season Drake May ain't the playoffs. Not good English. It ain't the playoff Drake May for sure. So, he's had a gimpy shoulder. Do you blame it on that? Whatever. So Drake May's completion percentage in the regular season, 7 out of 10. In the playoffs, he's 5 out of 10. So, there you go. During the regular season, the Patriots were the second highest scoring team in the National Football League at 29 points a game. In the playoffs, they're 18 points a game. You know why? Because they're playing against good defenses. When you got the NFL for the whole season, there's some pretty porous and not too good defenses out there, and they score big points on them. In the playoffs, it's all about defense, and look there, a difference of 10 points a game by the Patriots, averaging 29, actually 11 points a game. They were averaging 29 points a game in the regular season. In the playoffs, 18 points a game. So that's partly Drake May's fault, I guess, but the other part, I think, is the defenses which they play against. And Seattle's defense is really, really good. So before this season, did you know how many teams have made the Super Bowl over the past 45 years while averaging 18 points a game in the playoffs? 0. So if you can't, this is my humble opinion, if you can't score more than 18 against Seattle, you're not going to win. So there's only 2 games all year when the Seahawks scored less than 18 points, and they were both against the 49ers, who knows them very well. The Patriots don't know them all that well. So the only way the Patriots are going to be able to stay in the game, in my opinion, is if their defense can slow down Seattle's offense, and I don't know if they can do that or not. I know the Seattle defense is very, very, very good, and defense is going to win you games. By the way, the offensive coordinator from the Seahawks apparently will be the next coach of the Raiders. Clint Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son, who's a very successful quarterback and coach in his own right. His son Clint's the offensive coordinator of the Seahawks. Said, I can't talk about it now, but I'm excited about my opportunity. Okay. His opportunity would be on Monday. You can't do anything till Monday after the Super Bowl because he's on the Super Bowl squad or Super Bowl coaching staff. But after Monday, the Raiders plan to announce he's their new coach. And so that will nail down all the coaches, 10 of them to be sure, that have changed teams in the offseason, which is crazy. So, but everybody has their coach now, including the Raiders, apparently going to have Clint Kubiak. So we'll see if that holds, but they can't talk to him because he's on the coaching staff of the Seahawks until after the Super Bowl. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we's on the road. Food City will be there on Friday. Food City's got some deals going on today. Today's the last day of the sale paper. New sale paper comes out tomorrow. And so if you're wanting to save up and get the BOGOs, the buy one, get one free, they've got them at all Food Cities. Craven flavor ice cream, buy one, get one free. The K's novelties, brown cows, fudge bars, or fudge sickles, creamsicles, ice cream sandwiches, so on and so forth. Buy one, get one free, limit 4 through tonight. Smart Ones entrees, buy one, get one free through tonight, limit 4. Natural Choice large eggs, a dozen, cage-free white Natural Choice large eggs, buy one, get one free, limit 2. I'm craving me some eggs, by the way. Not that you care, but got a hankering for some eggs. Craven, I guess I'm going to Food City. Craven flavor pizza, buy one, get one free. Terry's or Zapp's potato chips, buy one, get one free. And also, you have TGI Friday snacks, including onion rings. All that buy one, get one free. Duke's mayonnaise, Nature's Own honey wheat bread, or selected varieties of Duke's mayonnaise, buy one, get one free. At all Food Cities through tonight. A new sale paper comes out tomorrow. And, of course, you're looking at the Super Bowl. You've got popcorn or snacks. You got Frito-Lay canned dip. Let me show these for the Super Bowl, or for just staying warm, staying inside. So somebody texted me yesterday, one of my buddies said, are you back up home? You got out yet? I said, no. What are you, a weenie? I said, no. I'm just not ready to go out yet. I'm okay. I'm getting ready to go out here today. Get out on the road, see what's going on a little bit. But no, I'm okay. Got a studio at home, do the show from here. It's okay. Talk about Chick-fil-A. It's okay, because that's our sponsor today. Doritos, Fritos, or Tostitos for $1.99. Limit buy 4 and save more. Also, you got Pepsi products. You got the 24-pack, 12-ounce cans of Cube for $10.99 at all Food Cities through closing tonight. If you just like the bottles, the 12-pack 16-ounce bottles for $6.99 through tonight. And then, and you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to go get me some hamburger. I'm going to grill me out, fire my grill up, knock the snow off the grill and fire me up and grill me out some hamburgers. And put one of these beefsteak tomatoes across it and some cheese. $1.99, the beefsteak tomatoes out of the produce department at Food City. So I think I may do that. I may go to Food City, get me some eggs, scramble me some eggs, and then I'm going to get me some hamburger and grill me out a burger or two or three. So each NFL team spends $2 to $4 million per year to fly to Europe. Told you. He's getting him a mug, or a tumbler. I don't know if he wants a coffee mug or a tumbler or both. But I got him covered. My man, Junior. Each NFL team spends, so you got 9 teams or 9 games. That's obviously 2 teams per game. So you got 9 overseas games this year out of the country. They spend $2 to $4 million per year. To fly to Europe costs $250,000 alone. So the question is, I would assume the NFL pays for that. I don't think it'd be incumbent to make the teams pay for it. You're flying over there to be an ambassador to the National Football League. They've asked you to go. I would think the NFL picks up the tab. Don't know that. I wouldn't think it'd be very advantageous financially for a team to go, okay, let's fly to Australia. Yeah, we'll pony up $250,000 to go. Now, maybe they do. I would think NFL would help with some, but not all, of that tab. Junior Campbell's on it. Each NFL team spends $2 to $4 million per year. I guess that's on the whole season, on their travel. Because, again, you take the Raiders, for example, my team, if you put them on a plane and fly them to Nashville for the Titans, you got the whole team, all the stuff comes with it. Everything you see on the sideline, it ain't being borrowed by the Titans. They got to bring it on their own. So it costs to fly them in, put them in a hotel, feed them, fly them back after the game. So to go to Europe is $250,000 alone. So you put 2 teams over there, it's $500,000. I guess NFL said you do that. So you take $500,000 times 9 games. What is that? That would be 4, almost 5, just under $6 million, if I'm ciphering right, that somebody's paying to get these teams internationally. 9 games, 2 teams a game, $250,000 or $500,000 per game. So you take 500,000 times 9, that puts you at 4.5. Yeah, $4.5 million. Wow. So I would assume, again, hello, Pads and Lines, I would assume that the NFL picks up that tab. They should, but I don't know if they do or not. But that's interesting. Thank you, Junior, as always. He's not only is a great Sunday school teacher, but he's a good friend to this show and a good friend to me, he and Sue. She always comes around and says, she always has a little thing of gum with her. So, you want some gum? Oh, yeah. It's like Goober. You want some gum? So, yeah, take some gum. She's either passing out gum or bulletins in Sunday school, or either one. So she and little JoJo. So we appreciate Junior and his lovely bride, Miss Sue. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are in studio. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this from our great friends at Chick-fil-A. They are open. Again, I keep hearing the back roads are not in very good shape at all. And why would they be? It got down to 15, 13 this morning here at the house. So the roads are, they're still ice and snow covered. They haven't melted yet. The meltdown, the melting begins today. Rain comes tonight. That's going to help it. But then they're talking about temperatures dropping again, so it could be some wintry mix tomorrow night, just in time for church. So I may not be at the church house tomorrow night because not going to get, as I told my granddaughters, I said, it's not that I don't, and I grew up in West Virginia. I like to think I know how to drive in snow. Because up there, I don't know if you remember the old stud tires? Put those on in the wintertime with the studs. And on top of that, you put chains. You just went. So it's not that I can't drive in snow, but it's the other people that I worry about. You go to driver's ed class, they say drive defensively, anticipate what the other person's going to do. Well, in the snow, when you have inexperienced drivers, and you have drivers that just moved in here, and aren't used to snow. We aren't either, for that matter. We haven't had snow like this quite some time. But any kind of just a skim of ice or snow on the road for inexperienced drivers, for whatever reason, what happens, like it did in Charlotte, you have a wreck and a pileup, and you got a traffic backup. So I'm not real big in setting the traffic backups because of snowstorms. So I just kind of stay off the roads till it clears out, and everybody else can go do their thing. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Take a look at some Major League Baseball. What else we got over here? We got some National Hockey League. Brandon Young's got me being a Caniac. Yes, I have become a Caniac, and so it's pretty cool. I've been studying up on hockey. I know nothing about it. I know enough to be dangerous, and that's saying something. But I got a crash course from his wife, well, and from him, Dara Young, who is a huge Carolina Hurricane fan, along with Brandon and Grayson, their son. So I got a crash course in hockey of the day, so from them. And what's this mean? What's this mean? And thought it was interesting. Grayson told me, and she's been a hockey fan all her life, so this is true. But if they start a fight on the ice and they leave their gloves on, they stop it. But if you take your gloves off, you get bare knuckled, then they just leave you alone, which I find incredibly interesting. And then also, in the midst of hockey, they substitute. They don't call a timeout. You're zipping down the ice. Taylor, get off the ice. Campbell, get in there. So they pull me off, put Junior in. I mean, they don't stop the game. They wheel them in, wheel them out. Or not wheel them, but get them in, get them out. Zip them in. How about that? Zip them out off the ice. So I didn't know that. I thought they called timeouts. No, they just substitute in the flow of the game, which I find incredibly interesting. So then I said, can you follow the puck? I tried to watch it on TV back in the day. And at one point, they put a little red dot on the puck, so on TV you could watch it and follow it. Because, I mean, it's... And they said, oh, yeah, in public you can, in person, rather, you can watch it. Absolutely. So found it interesting, just little nuances of the game that I don't know anything about. And the one that got me is the substitution pattern where they just pull you going down the ice. Campbell, get in there. Taylor, get out. Okay. And if you get in trouble, what they tell me, it's a 2-minute penalty. And they don't stop the game and jerk you off if they throw the penalty, from what I understood, I'll make sure I'm right on this. But if they had a penalty in hockey, they just going off the ice until you're down a guy. I think that's how they explained it to me. I said, well, do they substitute? No, you're off the ice and you're down a guy. Okay, and then in overtime, or a shootout, is it overtime? Shootout, they said there's only 3 plus a goalie on the ice instead of 5, and usually there's 6 on the ice per team. But on a shootout or overtime, I guess it's overtime, there's 3 and a goalie. And the goalie can be one too, but he can leave the net open, leave it unguarded. He can come out there too. So, stupid me, it's like, well, that's kind of like capture the flag. And Grayson said, no, I don't think it's like capture the flag. Oh, yeah, we play capture the flag. If you leave your post, the guy guarding the flag, you go down the field and try and get their flag, but you leave yours open for the other team to come get it. That ain't too good. And then like hockey, like capture the flag, he said, can you pass the rolls? I said, oh, okay, yeah, pass the rolls. So apparently that was not a good analogy. Capture the flag in hockey, overtime. It is what it is. Tom Taylor Sports Show back after this from the Eagle Center on show number 2439. Tomorrow, obviously, 2440 on our way to 20. We'll be 60 shows out, 61 shows out today from a big milestone on this show. We're in our 11th year. This is our anniversary month. So we're working our way towards 2,500 shows. We're going to have a celebration of sorts somewhere. I've been promised, guaranteed, by some of the folks that you will have a 2,500 show. We didn't have anything for 2,400. But for 2,500 show, we are going to plan it, and we are going to have a 2,500th show. Okay, I'm all about it. And 61 shows from now. It's the Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton, great antique store. Why come shop at the Eagle Center?
We just have so many unique things that tell a story, that add character to your home and conversation, and there's something new to look at every single day. Every time you come in, you won't see the same thing twice, and it's just a good place to shop for those unique gifts.
What's the saying you always use, the cliche?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
That's it.
We have a building full of things that are just dying to tell stories.
Absolutely. 2 floors, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday.
Closed on Sundays for the Lord's Day.
That's right.
And you have gift cards too, right?
We have gift cards available.
Yep. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Be loyal, buy local, and shop at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom Taylor Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores. Why should we trade any time of the year at the Jewelers Bench?
Well, because you get customer service. We're there to help and with anything you need. You get personal service. Anytime that you need to talk to the jeweler, he's there to talk. And we treat you like family.
Yep. You're not just another person coming in. You actually take interest in these people.
We do.
Yep.
We do. And it means a lot.
Absolutely. And you're typically open 6 days a week.
Yes.
And so 7 days you're closed to be the Lord's Day. So how do we find you on Facebook?
So we're Jewelers Bench on Facebook and Instagram. And then we have a website, jewelersbenchtn.com.
And the magic phone number, just to call them.
Is 423-542-5600.
Call them anytime. They're there and you'll get a live body.
Yep.
Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, the great folks at the Jewelers Bench in Elizabethton.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Tuesday, Feb 3rd. We got through Groundhog Day, 6 more weeks of bad weather, we're told, so we'll see if that holds true. So I'm thinking spring. I'm thinking spring training starts next week. Ooh, I like it. All right, so on the National Hockey League ice last night, Detroit and Colorado, the big matchup, didn't turn out to be. Detroit shuts out Colorado, the number 1 team in the league, 2-0. Other winners, Buffalo, Ottawa, Washington, Minnesota. The Predators, 6-5 win over the Blues in Nashville. Go Preds. Dallas, the Blackhawks, as we said, Detroit, Utah, and Toronto all skated past their opponents last night. Tonight on the ice, the Hurricanes, the Caniacs will be ready to go in Raleigh against Ottawa, the Senators in town. Columbus skates in New Jersey. Philadelphia, home to Washington. The Pittsburgh Penguins will be in New York to battle the Islanders. Buffalo at Tampa Bay, that's a big matchup there. Both of those are winning squads. Toronto skates in Edmonton. And Anaheim, the Ducks are home against Seattle tonight. That's your National Hockey League schedule. But the Caniacs, Carolina has got Ottawa tonight in Raleigh. So, and I didn't realize this. Brandon said, well, yeah. I said, well, which is closer, Raleigh or Nashville to go watch a game? He said, oh, you can get in Raleigh but in 3 hours. I didn't know that. So, Raleigh, North Carolina, 3 hours? He said, oh, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I had no clue. Never been to Raleigh. I guess I have, but I've never been here a straight shot from here. But I know I've been to Nashville oodles of times. He said, you can get to Raleigh quicker to see the Hurricanes. You can get to Nashville to see the Predators. Okay. Either one, though. So I'm getting interested in the NHL. All right, Major League Baseball. The guy still out there and yet to be nailed down is Framber Valdez. At least he hasn't at the start of the show today. The Mariners, the Cardinals, and the Tampa Bay Rays all agreed to a massive 3-team trade yesterday. Brendan Donovan was the big catch, and so he goes to the Mariners. The Rays get third baseman Ben Williamson, and the Cardinals get 3 really good prospects, Ty Pete, Colton Ledbetter, and Angelo Sinche. I think that's how you pronounce this guy's name. So, anyway, the big name was Brendan Donovan going from the Cardinals to the Seattle Mariners, which is a big pickup for Seattle. So, the one that's still out there is Framber Valdez. Again, the 11th. When is the 11th? The 11th would be, let's see here, on the old calendar. The 11th is, a week from tomorrow. Oh, I looked at the calendar for that. A week from tomorrow would be a lot of the pitchers and catchers we're going to be reporting for spring training next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They all start going in to their respective teams. So I'm excited. Major League Baseball, not that far away. Their first spring training game, by the way, is the 20th. So that would be coming up on 2 weeks from Friday will be the first spring training games. So that means it's coming. Cold weather's going to go away, and we're going to get through some spring and some late frost and all that going on, and then boom, it's going to get warm and be summertime. Yeah. Going to be hot. All right, go to the website, collinsandcompany.info. It's there through next Tuesday, a week from today. All the bidding you want to, all these household liquidation online auction event. You've got, go to collinsandcompany.info. Here it is. I'll show you the auction itself, and we'll read off some of these because there are really some cool things. A riding mower, a Craftsman riding mower, 17 horsepower, 42-inch deck. A Craftsman gas-powered weed eater, battery-powered weed eater. A Werner 6-foot fiberglass ladders, plural, more than one. Fiberglass-handled rakes, shovels. A patio gazebo, a small patio furniture set, 4-piece furniture set to bid on at collinsandcompany.info. A large outdoor swing with cushions. Multiple sets of patio chairs, a grill and fireplace, put in your backyard. A Black & Decker bench grinder, a Cobalt wet tile saw, a Cobalt compound miter saw. All kinds of battery-operated power tools from Craftsman Steel and Ryobi. Pretty cool deal. Multiple toolboxes, both metal and plastic, you can bid on. Extension cords, a wide assortment of hand tools. Then furniture, they got recliners, televisions, home decor, even a queen platform bed. It's all right here through next Tuesday. Go to it and bid on it. collinsandcompany.info. That's a good thing. And David's going to be on the show Thursday. He's going to be on the show today, but we opted to stay here, so we'll have him on the show Thursday. We'll be at Poor Trav's Deli, getting ourselves one of those big old steam sandwiches. So we're excited about that. All right. We told you about the Raiders, the offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak. He has said, quote, "I can just tell you I'm all in on the Seahawks and the Super Bowl. We'll worry about what's happening after that. So Kubiak met for a second time Saturday with the Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals got their guy. So Saturday was the cutoff. When you start Super Bowl week on Sunday, this past Sunday, then all hands are off him as far as trying to get him to nail down a contract. And so the Raiders reached him before the Super Bowl week twice. And so Mike McDonald, the coach, looking for his third offensive coordinator in 3 seasons, says Kubiak would be a great head coach. And so our coaches get their opportunities to go to the next level. We're happy for him. So he understands that he's probably going to be gone. That's what I'm reading in this. So the Raiders can't talk to him again until after the Super Bowl, which will be first thing as soon as the game's over, I guess. That may be on the phone or maybe there with pen in hand saying you want to sign a contract. Because, you got the draft coming up, and you got all this salary cap money. You got to sit down and figure out all these coaches, not just the Raiders coach, what we're going to do in the case of the Raiders with Geno Smith and this and that, and Max Crosby, and we're going to keep this one happy and that one happy. So you got to sit down and go through personnel. And so the coach needs to get there as soon as he can because the draft's coming up and free agency's coming up. So that's what's going on. And so they're looking to, again, get him nailed down, but they can't do it after the Super Bowl. We'll take another break. We're right here. We are broadcasting live on a Tuesday. We're on the road. No, we're in studio. We'll do that right after this from one of our new sponsors. We'll be right back at, actually not one of our new sponsors, one of our great sponsors, Michael Vance and the good folks at Advanced Heat Pump Systems.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Very simple. It happens every day. Tell us how we can do it.
Yeah, all you got to do is give us a call. We brought 2 yesterday, actually, but you just give us your name and your birthday and tell us where your prescriptions are at right now, and we'll call that pharmacy, get everything brought over. A lot of times people are nervous about moving because they're afraid something doesn't have refills or something can't be transferred. And when that's the case, we'll call those doctors, get you new prescriptions, and take care of everything, really. it's like the people, one of them we had transferred yesterday said they'd been trying for about 3 days to get medicine refilled and just wasn't happening, and was frustrated and asked if we could do better, and called, got everything transferred. Took maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we had to call the doctor on one, which waiting on doctors can sometimes be a little time consuming, but they got that called in, and by the afternoon we had everything ready for her.
There you go, folks.
So,
it's just that easy. If you're not happy where you're getting your prescriptions filled, come to the Lingerfield Drug Center. The phone number to call and talk to you about it is?
It's 423-542-2138.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillard Sports Show. Get your prescription changed to a mom-and-pop pharmacy that still cares about their people and still wants to give you 100% customer satisfaction. It's right here at Lingerfield Drug Center beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live in studio here for a little while longer. It's an abbreviated show today. Back in full force tomorrow. We're going to be live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street. We'll be there with Mr. Baseball, Greg Sire. Also going to be there with Andrew Smith. Get his take on what's going on in sports and the Joey Aguilar situation, because he's a beat writer for the Tennessee Volunteers. Get his take on that tomorrow, what he thinks is going to happen. And then also we'll be ready to go with the Super Bowl picks. Getting closer. Who do they think? Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? I got Seattle. I don't get into points because I don't gamble. I'm just Seattle wins. They're going to be the winning team. Who do you think? Will it be the Patriots or the Seahawks, or do you not care? I've talked to several people who said, I don't care. I'm not even going to watch it. Am I interested? For whatever reason. That's because of Bad Bunny, so no, we're just not interested. Okay, so I know I've got a couple that won't watch it because when they knelt during the national anthem a couple of years ago, and I get that for sure. So, anyway, I've had people ask, and I've asked them, I said, who's going to win? Are you going to watch it? There's a lot. It's interesting. A lot of people I know aren't going to watch it, so for whatever reason. And I again asked because of Bad Bunny. He said, no, we're just not interested. Yeah. It is the Super Bowl, so I've not heard a whole lot about the commercials. I read where the Clydesdale's got a really cute one coming out with the Clydesdale horses, I guess with Budweiser, but I've not heard a lot of buzz. Normally this, maybe it'll ramp up by the end of the week, but normally at this point everybody's talking about getting ready to see the new commercial in the Super Bowl, but I've not heard much about that either. So again, as we told you outside of the show, Turning Point is having an alternative to the Super Bowl halftime show. If you're so inclined, We Are in America. You can watch what you want. You can watch A, B, or none at all. Option A, option B, or don't even watch it. That's the beauty of being in America. You're not forced to do it. The Bad Bunny show is what it is at halftime of the regular Super Bowl. The Turning Point, Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Brice are the performers. To me, it's going to take longer than that to get three guys out there on the stage. So I don't know how long this show's going to be. It sounds like it's going to be longer than a normal halftime, which is, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe 30 minutes tops. I don't even know how long the halftime is in the Super Bowl. I know it's longer than normal because of the entertainment. But Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, and Lee Brice, to get them all in there to sing, I guess they'll do one song. I don't know what they'll do. I don't know what the format is, but that is, and it's going to be on YouTube, by the way. So there's two options to watch entertainment on Sunday night. So, or you can come join us at church at Pleasant Beach. So, all right. Do you like to bowl? The Milligan bowling team is really cool. We got Milligan basketball coming up this week. We'll try and get one of the coaches on at halftime of the game. We'll be there Saturday for the doubleheader against Tennessee Wesleyan. The Southern States Athletic Conference, the SSAC, their 9th Men's Bowler of the Week honor goes to Sean Jenkins from Milligan. Claimed 2 top 10 finishes at the Lynn Jordan Memorial over the weekend and the Thomas Burris Memorial two bowling tournaments named after folks obviously have passed away or in their honor. He knocked out 878 pins on Saturday for an average total of 219 before being better than that and finishing at 222 on the next tournament. He's a freshman. Second time this season, Jink has been named the top bowler in the conference. That's really cool. Are you a bowler? I like to bowl. Should I tell the story? I guess I should. It don't make a difference. So when the first time I ever went bowling, I did not know if you crossed that line where you release the bowling ball and go down the lane, it's slicker than glass. I didn't know that. So here I am, and so like a newborn calf on ice. I got right at the edge of that thing and crossed that line with that bowling ball, and my feet went up in the air, hit my tailbone on the wood. It hurt for about 10 seconds. Of course, I was a laughing stock in the entire bowling alley. I didn't know. And maybe that's unusual. Maybe it really doesn't. It's not supposed to happen, but it happened with me. And then the worst thing was they couldn't find bowling shoes to fit me. That was the worst thing. How embarrassing can that be? You go up to the counter and get shoes. What size you wear? 14 or 15. What? But no, they've got them now, I was told. But back in the day, 14s. My brother wears 18s. You try to go anywhere and get a pair of 18 of anything. So he goes to the bowling alley. It's a great story. So he goes, and this guy, I remember the first time we went, I was a kid. My brother went in. We were in high school. He was in high school. I'm considerably younger, but anyway, so he went to the counter and they said 18, and they all just burst out laughing. He felt about this tall. I felt sorry for him for once, not normally, but they were all making fun because we're 18. 18. Oh. So I mean, we went to his prom. They couldn't find shoes to fit him. He had to wear tennis shoes to the prom because his basketball tennis shoes. They couldn't find any dress shoes size 18 back in the day. Anyway, rabbit trail. So I like to bowl. Do you like to bowl? So Sean Jenkins is a really good bowler. The freshman from Milligan named the bowler of the week. You know, they're nationally ranked. The bowling teams are at Milligan. And so the ladies' last ranking were number 2 in the country, and the men at I think they were number 14 in the country. So we had Coach Rickard on last week. It was last week, week before last, came on and talked about the Milligan bowling team. So they did well. Sean Jenkins, as we talked about, continues to be very good, only a freshman. 7th place finish out of all those teams. Cameron Shockey, he, again, laid down a 214 average. Wow. Chance, I guess that's good. I don't know that much about bowling, but I like going to do it. Well, I do know enough, but if you hit a 300, you've done really good. So this guy's averaging 222 for the event. Chance McLean and Caleb McDonald also did well. So Milligan will be heading off to the NAIA Southeast Open in Savannah, Georgia this weekend. So good luck to the Buffs. Bowling team. We'll have basketball coming up on Saturday. You know what else is coming up on Saturday? If you can believe this, but it's true because I got the schedule. They got a baseball tournament this weekend at Milligan. 2 sites, as a matter of fact. It's called the Clash of the Conferences Tournament. And so you've got participating schools, Milligan, University of Cumberland's out of Williamsburg, Kentucky, University of Rio Grande out of Rio Grande, Ohio, which is the home of Bob Evans. It's useless trivia. The restaurant chain. Indiana Wesleyan out of Marion, Indiana. Madonna University out of Livonia, Michigan, and West Virginia Tech, the Golden Bears out of Beckler, West Virginia. So you got 6 teams playing baseball this weekend. You're using Anglin Field at Milligan, and also, where's Owen? I think it's, Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. It's interesting. So here's the schedule, and the Buffs play when? Milligan plays baseball at 11 o'clock on Friday, and at 5 o'clock on Friday. Then the Buffs play at 11 o'clock on Saturday, and Milligan plays at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Of course, all their games are at their home field on Milligan, and some of these other teams will be playing at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. So it's called the Clash of Conferences Tournament. So try to get Spencer on this week, one of our stops, see if we can get him to talk about. He will if he can because he's busy. He just came off a season opening doubleheader sweep against Talladega. down in Alabama. So the Buffs are 2-0 coming out of the gate, and they got their own tournament this weekend. What's the weather? It's supposed to be okay Saturday. It's this Friday and Saturday. Yeah, Friday may be a little iffy weather-wise, but they're going to play it or try and play it, of course, at Anglin Field at Milligan, where they got the turf down now on the infield. And we're going to be doing some Milligan games, too, as a matter of fact. And then they've got the other site will be Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. So, Clash of Conferences Tournament Central. There you go. And that's coming up this weekend. The host school, the Milligan University Buffaloes, are 2-0 out of the gate to start their baseball season. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We are here, and you are there, and we're here. Again, Chick-fil-A is open. The lobby's open till 9 o'clock. The drive-thru's open till 10 o'clock. And so we just opted to stay here one more day. But they are open. And I don't know how the roads are. I keep being told and getting text here on my phone that the back roads, people watching the shows in the back roads are still icy and snow covered, which I would think. It's not started melting. It will today. And the rain tonight will help. Got a lot of rain coming in here tonight. That will help melt down the snowpack for sure in the yards, on the ground, and on the roads too. So help's coming. The relief's on its way. The meltdown next week's going to be in the 50s. So, but right now, enjoy it. We were due a good snow, got a good snow, and it really stopped everybody, got everybody to slow down and stop, and the old proverbial smell the roses. And so now everybody's back in gear, and we've got basketball games backed up. We got a Crockett game from Friday canceled. Tonight's game at Boone has been canceled. So once we get back at it, we're going to be busy. Thursday night will be the baseball auction at Elizabethton Commons. Will Little, you get there on Wednesday or Thursday night to hear Will Little, you'll be in for a treat. Johnson City native, who's a Major League Baseball umpire. He umped in the Game 1 of the World Series this year, and this guy's the real deal. He's very well respected amongst his umpire companions, his fraternity of umpires, if you will. And so he'll be the guest speaker at the baseball auction that's coming up on Thursday night in the Commons at Elizabethton High School. They got oodles. I mean oodles. They told me over 200 baskets they've got to bid on to raise money for the baseball program, which is not that far away. We're excited about bringing you Cyclone baseball. We're excited about bringing Cyclone basketball when we get back at it. I'm guessing our next one will be the one you're getting ready to see. Your next game up on the schedule, we feel very confident we'll be playing. We hope. I say that. We got some snow coming in here Friday night, but we hope we'll be at Viking Hall on Friday. It's an exciting Elizabethton Cyclone basketball doubleheader. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join me this Friday night from Viking Hall in Bristol as the Cyclones travel to battle the Tennessee High Vikings. Lady Cyclones at 6:15, boys to follow, audio only. The Cyclones at Tennessee High. It all starts at 6:15 this Friday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Cyclone basketball.
Hey there, neighbors. Todd Houston here with the Elizabethton Church of Christ, wishing you a very happy new year and a wildly successful 2026. I'd like to invite you to come and get to know our family here at Elizabethton as we are seeking to be more like our Lord every day. We're no perfect people, but we're a people that love the Lord and love you. We'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to join us, our times are at 10 and 11 a.m. on Sunday, 6:30 p.m., and then again Wednesday evening at 7. You can find us on Facebook or at elizabethtoncoc.org.
Antique mall with over 50,000 square feet of merchandise. We have about 52, 53, give or take, vendors with different items. We have a great selection of everything from antique, which is over 100 years, to vintage, which is 25 years, and then we do have a little bit of new things. We concentrate on the vintage and antique items. So you can find just about anything for yourself, for your home, and gifts. We have a lot of people that take gifts for their grandparents. They remembered they had them, and it's with their family.
Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5:30. Saturdays 10 to 6. Open late for the car shows and anytime they have special events in town.
Need Place, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone football, Duck Crossing in downtown Elizabethton, proud sponsor of Elizabethton Cyclone football. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Before we wrap this thing up, let's get that up there a little bit. There you go. It's a little bit better. Yeah. No, that's not better. That could have been washed out. There you go. A little bit better for the lighting here. So we'll be back on the road tomorrow. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. We will. I don't like that. Still don't like it. Let's go back this one. There we go. We'll do it that way, and we're about done. So the top story again, Joey Aguilar suing, or getting ready to, he did, he's going to file a suit in Knox County Chancery Court. Has filed it. He's not going to, he has. He's filed a lawsuit against the NCAA to get his eligibility for another year at Tennessee, which will be a game changer for the Volunteers if they get him. Because right now, as we said, the quarterbacks they've got in camp right now, George McIntyre, the true freshman Faison Brandon, and Ryan Staub transfer from Colorado. So, they need a quarterback, and that would be a big answer to their offense for 2026 with getting Aguilar back, who, again, was the number one passer in the Southeastern Conference last year. I mean, better than Alabama's guy, better than Ole Miss's guy, better than Georgia's guy. Everybody in the league was second to Aguilar. 3,565 yards and 24 touchdowns. That yardage is third all-time in Tennessee history. That's pretty good for a guy to come in as a transfer in. So Aguilar is suing the NCAA to be able to let him play. And so the complaint states the need for a timely ruling in order to allow him to either return to spring practice for the Vols or get him ready for the NFL draft. We would hope they can get to be with the Vols. I think he will be. I think they're going to let him back. So anyway, that's my take. That's purely my opinion, but and again, the key to this whole story is this last paragraph. Further actions could bring additional eligibility to any former junior college player who has yet to play 4 years of Division I athletics, which is the argument here. He only played 2 years. He played 1 year with Appalachian State and last year with Tennessee. The first 2 years he played junior college. Where was he? It was Diablo. Let's see. I got it right here in the story. Yep. He was at the City College of San Francisco at 19. Didn't play in 2020 because of COVID. Played 5 games at Diablo Valley College in 2021 and then started 6 games the following year. So he played 2 years there, and he had 1 year of eligibility with the big boys, 2023, at Appalachian State. So he's hoping to get another year. And so he's suing the NCAA to get that. So we'll see. I say he does, but that's just me. Also, Amari Bailey, we talked about this yesterday, so there's more rumblings about that against what's going on. He appeared in 10 games with the Charlotte Hornets of the NBA. He played, not just on the team. He was on the floor, he played. But if he's on the team, it's still same thing. He foregoes his college eligibility, in my opinion. Anyway, he has hired a lawyer to petition the NCAA with a possible lawsuit with hopes of returning to college basketball for 1 more season of eligibility. He played at UCLA, then he went pro. 2023 NBA draft, he declared and went to the NBA draft, got drafted with the Hornets, hasn't done much. Played 10 games, averaged 2 points a game, didn't play much, didn't do much. Now he wants to come back to college and play 1 more year. So he's going to sue the NCAA to get that. It's another one. So you got Aguilar, you got Badecchio, the big guy from Alabama. You got Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. Aguilar, now this guy, Amari Bailey's wanting to come back in and play. He's going to sue the NCAA to do that. So we'll see. NCAA's busy. I hope they get a lot of attorneys because they're busy. Busy. All right, Georgia gets the number 1 running back in the 2027 class. K-E-M-O-N, Kemon. We'll say it's Lemon with a K. Kemon Spell out of McKeesport, Pennsylvania, said no to Penn State, no to Notre Dame, and yes to Georgia. The number 1 running back in the country, 2027, 5'10", 205 rusher. So committed to Penn State and backed out after James Franklin got fired. So he came and spent multiple days at Georgia. So this is my place. So the Bulldogs got the number 1 running back in the 2027 class, committed to playing for Kirby Smart at Georgia. His name is K-E-M-O-N. I'm going to go Lemon with a K. Kemon Spell. So anyway, if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, then you're happy about that. All right, top 25 college basketball. Again, no high school games tonight that I know of. Everything's still off the docket. Should be picking up tomorrow night, I would think, when the weather moderates some. And then Thursday and Friday, I think and Saturday, you're going to see a lot of busy makeup games in basketball. Next week, too. We are behind 2 now at Crockett and at Daniel Boone. Hopefully, we'll be at Tennessee Ice. You saw the promo coming up on Friday night. All right, top 25 college basketball. Who plays where tonight? Number 3, UConn, home to Xavier. Number 4, Duke. The Dukies will be at home against Boston College tonight. You have number 18, Virginia, hosting Pittsburgh. Number 19, St. Louis, on the road to Davidson to battle the Wildcats. You have number 23, Miami of Ohio, one of only 2 teams still unbeaten in major college basketball, along with the number 1 team in the country, Arizona. Miami of Ohio plays at Buffalo tonight. And number 22, St. John's, will be at DePaul for Rick Pitino and the boys. And the Tennessee Volunteers back in the top 25 at number 25. A 7 o'clock tip-off tonight in the Food City Center against the Ole Miss Rebels out of the Southeastern Conference. The ladies play on Thursday night at Georgia. The men play tonight at home against Ole Miss at the Food City Center. That's going to do it. We do thank you for allowing us to come be with you for a little while today. And so we're going to step aside and get ready to come at you full throttle tomorrow for the full show, ready to go. And we'll have our guests back, Andrew Smith, sports writer, John City Press, and Mr. Baseball, Greg Salyer, among others, are going to be there tomorrow. Let's wrap it up with the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross. And today, certainly no different. And it goes like this. Love this. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, the Lord wants you to bring it to him and tell him. 1 Peter 5:7 says, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. What more do you need to know? All your worries, your anxieties, your concerns, he's with you, operating in you or in us, in our situations in a way far beyond our ability, and it's true, to understand. And the promise of his sovereign care, regardless of our circumstances, is all we really need to make it through, whatever we're facing. He's going to be there to help us take care of it. We're supposed to bring it to him, tell him, and then leave it with him. That's the key. So he can do it in the way he fixes it, what he already knows, the way he wants it done, which is what's going to be best for you. It may not be the way you want it, but he knows more about it than you do because he's omniscient. He's all-knowing. He can then fix it because he has unlimited power. He is omnipotent. So let go and let God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that you care that much about us to do that. Good way to end it. Thanks for watching the show. Back tomorrow will be, again, no ball games tonight. They've been canceled at Daniel Boone. The makeup dates to be determined. So our next broadcast, in theory, we hope, will be Friday night at Tennessee at Viking Hall. And then Saturday, the doubleheader against Tennessee Wesleyan at Milligan. So that's our next 2. And then the makeup games will be coming along and we'll be busy, and that's okay. We've had a good time off here, and we've been down for 4 or 5 days. We're ready to go. Ready to go back at it. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Again, wrapping up show number 2439, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton's open. Lobby till 9 o'clock. The drive-through till 10 o'clock tonight. If you're out and about, drive careful. Roads, there's some are still ice covered, still snow covered, still tricky. Some are clear, some aren't. So, and if you're going to be out walking around, for goodness sakes, pay attention to what you're doing. Don't fall and break a hip or an arm or an elbow or crack your head or any of that. So just, particularly your seniors, folks that are up in years, check on them. Don't make them go outside and do stuff outside, sweeping or shoveling the sidewalk or throwing down the salt or whatever they're doing. Don't make them do it. If you know somebody needs help, go do it and help them out. This is the kind of weather where people fall, and not just seniors. Anybody can fall and crack an elbow or break a kneecap, whatever. Just don't even want to talk about it. But just, be careful. You're going to be out there, whether you're driving or whether you're walking or both. Be careful. See you back tomorrow at Food City in Johnson City on People Street right now from Best Buy. Until then, we'll wrap this one up by saying, as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for watching the show today. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabeth.